Hey guys, and welcome to what is new in this latest release of Slingshot, where I'm going to demo to you task templates as well as setting a default view. So you can see here in my list of tasks, I have things like a new web page within here. Now, these are tasks that every time I need to do a new web page, I don't want to have to assign myself, Adele, and Grady, and so on to the tasks over and over. And I don't want to have to waste my time setting start dates and due dates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here to the overflow menu. I'm going to save as template. And I'm going to pick the items that I want to keep for my template. So for a new web page, I always want to keep the same assignees. For this, I also want to keep my dependencies. And I want to keep my dates. And then I'm going to click continue. Now I'm in the template creator where I can give this a name for new web page. I could give this a description for when to use this particular template. And now I'm going to get into mapping of my dates. So when you map your dates, you can either include or exclude weekends. And for your particular template, you can decide whether or not this is going to be based on a start date or a due date. A good example of this is for a web page, you just know that you need to start it in a few days. But maybe for something like a product launch, you know everything needs to be done by a particular end date. For this, we will stick with start date. And then I could fill in and adjust any of my blanks that happen to be over here or what's currently in here. So for example, if I actually think my brief would take about 10 days instead of 14, I can just adjust that here. And when I build my tasks, it'll go from the date that you select to start plus 10 days from then. I'm going to click create from here. And now when I'm ready to kick off a new web page from the drop down, I can do add from template. I can select my new web page. I can preview it, I can edit it if I need to, but here I'll click use template. I want to start this project of this web page actually next week. I'll click create. And bam, just like that, I now have all of the tasks that I need for this particular web page, saving me so much time from having to recreate the same things over and over. Next, let's show you how to set a default view for the rest of your team. Okay, now by default, when you first come into a new task list, you are usually dropped in as a list view. But for myself as the person that manages this project and is the owner, I really want all of the people that come in here to have a set default view in timeline, shown to them as a zoom level of weeks so that they can see all of the dependencies and how they line up for all of the blog posts that we are creating. So to make sure that everybody sees this view by default, what I'm going to do is come here to the view settings. And all I have to do, since I am an owner and I have the permission, is save as default view. Now, anytime that somebody comes here for the first time, this is the view that they are going to see. Users can still go back and go to list view, or they can go to Kanban view and kind of view things as they want to as well. And then they always have the option here to reset their view back to the default view.